can only disappoint. Lovely, really nice to be here as well. I haven't done many gigs recently, so I'm not sure how to start. Once I get going, it'll be fine. But I need to get over the initial shock of walking onto the stage and those people staring at me. Yeah, well, ideally that's what I would have done. But like I say, I haven't done it for a while, so some of these things will take a while to come back to me. Oh yeah, all right, how are you going? That's the beginning of getting in there, sure. Don't spunk their goodwill. I said that out loud. No, it's a real pleasure to be here, lovely to be here. One of the reasons I'm really excited about being here actually tonight was this could be one of the last gigs I do before the allegations come out. Oh, silly Billy. I was going to do the hashtag MeToo, but then I realised that's for people who've been harassed. We've got our own hashtag. Hashtag, it was the 90s. All I did. I know some people enjoy this material more than others, I know. All I bloody did was I overestimated, right, how many people could fit in a revolving door. I thought I could squeeze in there. Room for a little. It's been remembered, you know, very differently. I did so. No, this is the Me Too thing. Obviously, you know, I tell you why I don't like the Me Too hashtag is because, well, firstly, a hashtag shouldn't have jurisdiction. It shouldn't be sort of police, judge, and jury. But also, it covers a multitude of sins, doesn't it? It covers everything from sexual assaults to like, oh, after you, ladies, and I think it should like graduate up. I think it should be me a bit. Me some, me a lot, and ooh you fucker. And of course it was all started with Harvey Weinstein, didn't it? So Harvey Weinstein started it all off, didn't he? Not like he started it off like it was a great idea. The only time you ever saw Harvey Weinstein was the Oscars or the BAFTAs. The only time you ever saw him, with a dicky bow on, you know, full evening dress, black tie they call it. And I was wondering whether he's going to do for black tie what Jimmy Savile did for the tracksuit. Someone will dress up for an awards, we go, that's right. Anyway, this is what I like about performing live, because you can't do this stuff on the telly. I can tell you. They go fucking mental. You can't. It used to be that if you said something, they just edit you out. But now it's changed. Now they just actually stop you because of social media. They just go stop. So we were recording the show and I just said something like, anyway, Kevin Spacey. Someone comes out and goes stop. Watch the audience. Burn the set. Send Sean on another re-education programme. Don't fucking learn, will he? Now, recently I did a poem, and I thought it was a very powerful poem. Because I like to deal with serious issues with my poetry, everyone knows that. And it's a medium that deserves, you know, to tackle some of our greater issues that we're struggling with. And I wrote a poem, and it dealt with the problem of the radicalisation of young Muslim men. And I thought, yeah, Sean, you deal with that subject. Yeah. And I suppose the way I managed to get through it was they didn't realise just how bad it was till I finished it. But I think it's fine. I think it's a very good point. Very moving. It goes like this. There was a jihadi from Leicester. It's never gone this well. It's never gone this well. He was set light to his shoes with a small Leicester. The Virgins all sang as his heels went bang. And his left leg landed in Chester. Fine work of art. You can swear on Channel 4. They let you swear on Channel 4 as long as you're a chef for some bizarre reason. For some weird reason they let chefs swear. You can't swear on gardening shows or property shows. I've never heard Kevin McLeod halfway through Grand Design. Oh, winter's drawing in. And they still haven't got the fucking roof on. Which is a good reason to swear, isn't it? That's a good... Makes sense, doesn't it? You know, not because some broccoli's overcooked. Get some perspective, Gordon. They haven't got a fucking roof. But you can see why they let Gordon swear, can't you? Gordon's got issues, you know. You know, he's a troubled man, isn't he? You don't get those lines in your face. Just worrying about roast potatoes, do you? There's some dark shit going on there. I always think it's funny the tabloids, because the tabloids want to print the swear words, don't they? They always want to print the swear words, but they can't. So they put the first and last letter the swear word, don't they? Put a load of asterisks in between. So it'd be like sort of F star 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 G C star star T. And that's the closest most sun readers get to a crossword. I've got folding coat. It's a real pleasure to be here tonight. Real pleasure to be here tonight. And nice to see you in a very good mood. You've obviously all had a drink. Nobody's out of order, are they? Nobody's got too pissed. You know, that's a Monday night feel to it. You know, because that's the thing. It's a very difficult thing to judge, isn't it? How much to drink? What's the correct amount to drink? People often say to me, Sean, well, what's the sensible amount to drink when you're out? And I always say to them, well, I like to imagine that I'm Ant McPartlin. And I'll be driving my mum home after lunch. You know, you wouldn't go mad, would you? You wouldn't have any shots, would you? Just about 4, 5, 6, 7 pints, wouldn't you? No, it's my mum, she brought me up. I'm not going to go mad. Cheeky line in the box. No, fuck off. Oh, she brought me up. She went through a lot. Yeah. Because it's funny, people always make an excuse for a lot of behaviour, saying, oh, I was pissed, I was drunk, I'm sorry, but I was drunk. They never use it for drunk driving, do they? Yeah, I'm really sorry, Laura, but I was fucking smashed. I just lost all sense of what's right and wrong, really. I wanted to get somewhere fucking fast. The only good thing about that story, though, is you know which one's which now, don't you? Nobody's got any doubt now. He's cleared it up completely. You know, Ant's the one walking everywhere. I tell you, that's something that bothers me. I mean, comedians are supposed to make unique observations, aren't we? Realise, notice things, observe things that people go, oh yeah, I've seen that one. But actually, one of the things I've been observing recently, everyone else, it's not a unique observation at all. You'll have all observed this, and we'll continue to observe it. And I got just been in Manchester. I got the train down today, and it's the amount of people. It really does my head in. The amount of people who spend pretty much the entire journey on their phones, right? And like I said, I know it's not a unique observation, but I've been doing quite long journeys, and I look around sometimes, and like the whole carriage, everybody's got a device in their hand. And the reason I realised, I was wondering why it bugged me so much. Then I realised, right, the reason it bugs me is train journeys are meant for sort of wondering stuff, aren't they? Pausing, contemplating, considering life, you know. And sometimes I'm on trains, I think, I'm the only person doing any wondering on this train. I feel like I'm carrying too much of the wondering load, doing too much of the heavy lifting on the wondering front, you know? Because everyone's staring at their phones. I'm wondering stuff like, why is the cheese sandwiches just bought? Why has all the cheese been pushed to the front of the sandwich? Let's get the illusion of a cheese-filled sandwich. You know that little window you get when you buy a sandwich to tempt you with the filling? You think, oh, 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 oh. There's a lot of cheese in there. Sean's in for a cheesy treat. That's worth £4.75 of anybody's money. I don't actually say that out loud, I think. You know, but then you open the sandwich, it's like a cheese hill, isn't it? Someone's coaxed all the cheese to the front of the sandwich and just left this sort of desert. You know, it's like it's like the cheese equivalent of a push-up bra, isn't it? It's like, oh, do you like cheese, big boy? You dirty, cheesy bastard. Come get your cheese. And then like, brrr, like that. But, you know, I'm the only person wondering this stuff, because everyone else is staring at their phones. Like, everyone's working on a train. You look around a train, people, what are you working for on a train? What are you working for? It's not you work on trains. Only people should work on a train are the driver, the ticket collector, and maybe Hercule Poirot. And then I think to myself, what does Richard Branson know about trains anyway? What the fuck does he know about trains? Do you know his first job was distributing reggae? That's what he started out doing. In the 1970s, he used to distribute reggae records. That's not a normal career path, distributing reggae to run in the fucking trains. You know, most people who were distributing reggae back in the 70s would be happy if they were still distributing reggae. Doesn't normally lead to the running of a major infrastructure network. And he doesn't just do trains, does he? He does planes, phones, banks, tellies, pretty much everything. The only thing he doesn't do is funerals, because nobody wants a virgin funeral. I don't know, he's just such a cocky little prick, isn't he? He really is, he just says, yeah, I can do that, yeah. Planes, phones, banks, piece of piss. Bring it on! Fucking trains, any cunt can run a fucking train network. That's what he said in the meeting. The government, I like him, he's confident, I like him. He knows what he wants, he goes out and gets it. Yeah, fucking trains, give me a fucking train, I'll run the fucker for you. He's this cocky, bearded little prick. It's like they've taken Noel Edmonds, right? How can we make him into more of a twat? He'll take over a company, sack half the staff, put the rest on short-term contracts, right, and then just fuck off in his balloon. I wonder stuff. Anyway, I was on a train recently, right, and the train stopped, right, and there's this woman sitting next to me in the window seat, which she didn't use once. She had her head firmly clamped to a screen. She was moving some fruit around. It's really important to get this fruit in the right place. Her life was going to turn to shit. Fruit in the right spot. Anyway, the train stopped, and outside in the field, there was a magical sight. One of the magical sights of springtime. You know, you see a newborn lamb in a field, right? And I was the only person who got to see this, right? Got to see this magical moment, right? Was, you know, you see a newborn lamb in a field, and they do this, don't they? Then they go. You've obviously already phoned. They got it over there, nothing. And I looked around the carriage and I realised every single person on that carriage had a device in their hands. I remember thinking to myself, I think I'm going to get a testicle out now. With impunity. Just one, not the whole. Just one straining through my fly. Like a bullfrog's throat. What's that? Straining through my I'd probably have the time, the leisurely time, to get a pen, go in my bag with my testicle hanging out, go through all my stuff, find the right coloured pen. I'd probably have the time to do that, and then draw a little face on my testicle. Yeah, you look like Alan Sugar. Because my balls are quite hairy. Yeah. I've got very hairy balls. No, that's not the finale. That's not the end. No, really, because he's a weird-looking man, isn't he, Alan Sugar? Because he doesn't have skin, does he? If you look at him closely, he's got features. He's got nose, mouth, chin, ears, eyes, and in between it, it's joined up with hair. Look at it closely. It looks like someone's rolled a toffee apple across the barber shop's floor. I get little Alan out and just ride the train. I don't do that, obviously I don't do that, because they've all got phones. And then I find out, you know, that thing people say that all publicity is good publicity, which I don't think is true. I really don't think it's true anymore, but, you know, I always wanted to test that, you know, people say all publicity is good publicity. I do something really unpopular, like go to London Zoo and just attack the penguins. You know, climb over that perspex wall. That's a detail you don't get with most comedians. They wouldn't put the perspex wall there. You know, just start booting the penguins. All the kids who come to watch them feed. Just go, you know, the little rock hopper ones with the eyebrows. They're like rugby balls, aren't they? And eventually I get arrested and head away. And on the news that night they say the comedian Sean Locke was arrested today at London Zoo. He climbed over the perspex wall and attacked the penguins. He drop-kicked 5 of them before we let him away. As he was led away, he announced some of his upcoming tournaments. But no, it is true. Well, I'll tell you what bugs me about it, right, is that I don't understand what people are looking at on their phones. Because I get my phone out. Once I've done like emails, a bit of football gossip, and the weather, because it's easier to do that than that. I'm pretty much done, you know. It's the clickbait, isn't it? That's what it is. I think that's what people spend a lot of time on, clickbait. in social media. You know, Clickbait, you know when you get to the bottom of a newspaper's webpage, and there's loads of stories to tempt you further into the internet, like all 10 celebrities with fat hands. How long have I got? Well, social media, a lot of it's social media. I don't do social media, I'm not on social media in any form whatsoever. You know, I'm not on Facebook, Twitter. I am on Twitter in name only, but I'm not allowed to use it. My manager won't let me use Twitter. We've worked out if I had use of my own Twitter account, my career would have been over about 5 years ago. He controls my Twitter account. And sometimes I phone him up and say, I swear I really want to, Damon, I really want to treat this. And he just goes, no, Sean, just go back to bed. Go back to the bar. Whatever. I go, no, really, he just goes, no, he said, just tomorrow when you wake up, write it on a bog door. Something's very good advice, you know? But no, like I said, I'm not on social media. I'm not a big fan of the internet at all, in many ways, really. I've got a theory about the internet. It's not for people like me. It's for shy people, really, isn't it? When you think about the internet, who does it help? It helps the shy, doesn't it? It's very good for shy people. Like if you think about internet dating, that's pretty good for shy people, isn't it? People who don't want to necessarily go up to someone in the bar and say, hello! What's your name? I like you! They're too shy to do that. You know? They don't have the confidence to do that. Twitter, that's for shy people, isn't it? Twitter's for shy people. That's for people who are too shy to go round to a comedian's house, knock on his door, and say, excuse me, I think you're shit. I think you're a wanker. You should fuck off and die in a sewer of turds and wasps. They're too shy to do that. You know, TripAdvisor, that's for shy people. That's for people who are too shy to go down to reception in the morning and say, this hotel is an absolute disgrace. When we arrived yesterday, it took me 15 minutes to find the kettle. Why would you put the kettle in a drawer in the wardrobe? Is this a hotel or some kind of concentration camp? And when we located the mysterious kettle, it was tiny. I had to boil it twice to get a decent cuppa for my wife. And to make matters worse, at breakfast, we noticed a cold baked bean was stuck to the bacon tongs. You've ruined our honeymoon. You're too shy. You can't do it. And of course, internet porn, that's for shy people, isn't it? That's for people who are too shy to walk into a newsagent, go up to the shelf, choose a magazine, like our dads did, walk over to the counter, slap it down, say, that's what I like. I like that makes me happy. You get any more of that in? Give me a call. I want those. I want that in my life a lot. You've been an absolute pleasure. I'll see you again sometime. Thank you very much.